Alright fellas, what's going on? Denonu here, the man with the biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And I'm extremely late with this, but I wanted to make a video talking about the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Considering that it had Ghost Rider in it and everything. And honestly, it was pretty good. Like, I went into the episode not really knowing what to expect. I figured that they were going to like piecemeal out Ghost Rider's reveal, you know, until they was, let's say, like 6, maybe 7 episodes in, but nope, right out the gate they showed him transforming and showed everything in the first episode. So they're definitely hitting the season, you know, with a running start. And I was expecting crappy CG as well by being on a TV budget, but you can tell it's CG, but it's damn good. It's damn good looking, I will say that. In some ways, I think it's probably better than what they had Nicolas Cage doing back in the Ghost Rider movies. Honestly, I don't know where they're going to take his character, though. That's the thing. Like, this is the new Ghost Rider, the one that's in the comic books now, the Hispanic guy, Robbie Reyes. But the thing is, by them showing the skull and everything, because I know Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider, whenever he would transform, he had on like a kind of a helmet looking thing with like a front was a skull. Like he didn't have a flaming skull for a head, kind of like how Johnny Blaze did. But this Ghost Rider, you know, in the show, he has like Johnny Blaze's type skull where he just has a skull for a head. And I don't know how they're going to take that, because in the episode he was talking about, oh, I'm not the guy who punishes the bad people. I mean, I'm here to exact vengeance on people. And Robbie Reyes' spirit that's possessing him isn't a vengeance spirit. It's actually the spirit of his uncle, who is into Satanism and who is basically a murderer. And he possesses them because of their close genetic ties or whatever. And, you know, he wants to kill the people that killed him. That's his whole thing. So he's not like a Ghost Rider hunting down bad people like Johnny Blaze was, and I forget what the demon's name that possesses him. Like, you know, like Nicolas Cage from the movie. That's a whole nother demon, you know? That was that demon's role, was to extract vengeance on souls and stuff like that. So that was his job, so to speak. But Robbie Reyes isn't like that. He doesn't hunt down, you know, people like the original Ghost Rider did. You know, he has his own set of powers and stuff like that, and the original Ghost Rider has his own set of powers and everything. They're incredibly similar, but two separate demons. I have a feeling that they're going to merge the two, meaning he is going to have the look of the new Ghost Rider, but they might just be like, you know what, this is Ghost Rider. You know, he's going to have the original spirit. You know, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like the comic book where he has his uncle's spirit. I think this may be like, he's going to look like Robbie Reyes, but they're just going to make him the spirit of Johnny Blaze and just say he's the next host, you know, after Johnny Blaze. That's where I think they're going to go with it. Maybe they'll mention Johnny Blaze sometime in the season, but I mean, it will be cool to see, like, if they mentioned it. Let's say, like, if during, you know, he was talking to somebody and, you know, he had to mention, like, oh, I wasn't the first one. You know, that's like all they need to cement that. You know, it's just a throwaway line, so. Other than that, you had Skye running around doing her own thing, hunting down bad people for the sake of doing it, I guess, because I guess she's a criminal, considering what happened with last season when she was mind controlled to do certain things. And you got Coulson and company. He got demoted, and they got somebody else in charge giving them orders. And May, Mac, and Coulson don't really like that. They're not feeling that. What's her name? Wow, I totally forget the doctor's chick's name, but Dr. Chick, she's kind of going along with it, just, you know, and they were giving her some slack for it, but she told them that, hey, I'm only going along with it to kind of keep control of what we got. So, you know, she's kind of placating him. Fitz is working with the one guy that they had in the last season who worked with the androids and the machines and everything. They're just straight up bringing LMDs in the S.H.I.E.L.D. finally. Like, I mean, I was kind of expecting them to been doing it, but for those of you who don't know, and the reason why I'm so excited about this is LMDs in Marvel comic books are a thing. They've been a long running thing ever since like way back in the day with the S.H.I.E.L.D. comics when they were spy novels. Basically what an LMD is. An LMD is a life model decoy. That basically means they are a robot version of the person that they look like, down to their mannerisms, their accents, the way they talk. I think some of them maybe eat food, you know, things like that. They pretty much are stand-ins for, let's say, like Nick Fury or Commander Hill, or they can also be stand-ins for, let's say, presidents, people, you know, people of authority. They basically put those into play so that if anything happens, the robot can get blown up and they can just build another one. And the person that, you know, is, let's say, you know, being mimicked is in safety. I know Nick Fury uses these things religiously. Half the time in Marvel comic books, I think every time when anybody talked to the old school Nick Fury, it was an LMD. It wasn't like the real Nick Fury, because I think Marvel kind of went back and retconned and they said the original Nick Fury was off being the man on the wall. And pretty much how they described that in the comic books was any external threat to Earth that, let's say, needed to be took out. You know, like prime example would be aliens that were starting up alien invasions, other dimensional life forms that was threatening to cross over and destroy shit. Any kind of super big badass threat that he could take out without, you know, like his whole thing was, if I could shoot this one person to prevent this from happening, I'm gonna do it. And it's like it was somebody that had to do it. You know, somebody did it before Nick Fury, and then Nick Fury picked it up and did it on Earth for like the past, you know, 80 years or something like that. However long he's been in the comic book world, ever since World War II, because that's where he found the other guy. But anyway, we're talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., not that. But basically, LMDs are used as stand-ins. I don't know where they're gonna take this in the current Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. story, though. That's my whole thing. I was like, okay, if you're building LMDs, I'm assuming this is gonna be an ongoing plot point. For what, I have no idea, because what are they just building one? You know, I have a feeling they're going to do something with it later on in the season, but right now I am at a complete loss. Nothing from my comic book knowledge tells me anything that they're going to do with this story. Because if they're just building the one, I can't see what they plan to do with it. I'm assuming they're going to make it look like somebody when they perfect it. I'm assuming they're going to perfect the LMD. They're going to pitch it to whoever's in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm assuming he's going to say, no, it's bad, don't use it. They're going to do it anyway to do something. I don't know. Maybe they're going to make a robot look like Sky and then kill it, and then, you know, people will think Sky's dead or something. I have no idea. But so far, episode 1 was really, really good. It was kind of fast-paced, so it's not bringing in any new fans, I don't think. Like, if somebody came in with this episode, with this season, they're going to be at a complete loss. Because they don't do no backstory. It's just like, it is what it is. If you didn't see the last season, then guess what? You're just left behind. Go play catch-up. But other than that, it was done pretty good. I liked it. I'm interested to see where they take it and everything, especially with Ghost Rider. Because now that you have him in there, the whole magic thing is in here. And then I'm assuming once Doctor Strange drops, if that drops in during the same time period, I'm assuming it does. I'm assuming they might do like a special episode with that, and maybe that's when they're going to bring in, maybe, I don't know, maybe Mephisto's going to pop up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and talk to Ghost Rider or something. They're going to have to do something with Ghost Rider in that special episode if they plan to make one, so that's just been my thoughts on it. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the first episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, I believe we're on. I'll have to look that up. But anyways, my name has been Denonu, the man with the biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.